Good evening. This is Ronnie G again. You see the map I got up there of the United States? I'm going to show you what prejudice is really like. What the black people and the brown people been trying to tell the good white people all the time. That if you're going to let these prejudiced white people just run all over black and brown people just because of the color of their skin, then won't that make you just as guilty as them? Didn't Jesus say, if you're not with me, then you're against me? Let me show you the big lie that President Trump and these prejudiced white people. I'm not going to keep going over the same thing because I told you there are some prejudiced blacks, there are some prejudiced Mexicans, there are some prejudiced Asian, there are some prejudiced Native Americans. But these prejudiced white people is way beyond that. They like to rape minorities, abuse minorities, work them for free. Start at the top right-hand corner. 65.2% white. Right below it in the left. 73.9 white. 81.7 white. 84.6 white. 84.3 white. 78.6 white. 70.4 white. 75.9 white. 77.7 white. 80.5 white. 82.5 white. 76.7 white. 79.9 white. 84.2 white. 77.8 white. 68% white, 56% white, 64% white, 50% white, 63% white, 72% white, 82% white, 76, 60, 79, 73, 76, 76, 73, 82, 72. And the audacity of these arrogant hypocrites, they're talking about that it's a reverse discrimination. How many states in the United States is majority blacks? Zero. These no good prejudiced white people is 79, 73, 80. 77, 84, 79% of the population. I almost cussed then. I swear to God, I almost cussed. I caught myself. Y'all some prejudiced mugs, man. Y'all some prejudice. Y'all got the majority of the states for white people is like 70. Up there in the top is 70 to 80. To 84%, 85% white. And you talking about right there, 90% white. 90.1. 89.9. You ain't nothing but liars. There is no way, there is no black state except the District of Columbia, that's not a state. So 50 states. Now, one of those states is majority blacks. And the majority of all the states is white. And you're going to claim reverse discrimination. You're going to start a war and millions of people is going to die when you're the majority in most states by at least 66 or 70%. You 90% of the population, and you crying like girls. Talking about reverse discrimination. Who do you think that you are fooling? You are out of your mind. We see you. We see you. You got to be the dumbest people on the planet. You done had over 400 years. 400 years. And you still have 73, 84, 80, 85, 90% of the population, and you going around here lying. And going to start a civil war and a world war because you hate black and brown people that much. You'll destroy the #1 economy in the world when you are the majority by a wide margin. How come you hate yourself like that? How come you hate yourself like that? I know why, but I'm not going to say it. Look at that. 90%, 82, 89, 87. You control most of the states, Republican states, when each state may have 3,000 people and all the rest of them is white. And you gonna die just because you got something against black and brown people? Hey, that's some serious stuff. White people, what can you think that one thing is? That this white man, I go lay on the beach trying to get dark and get skin cancer. This white man will go lay in a tanning bed and burn himself just to try to get dark. When they already got all the money, they already got all the land, they already control all the Republican states, about 70, 73, 89, 90% of the population. What is it that's eating this man up? What is it that's eating up these white boys when they got everything? What is it about black and brown people that's killing them? Just like God said, the swiftest or the strongest is not going to satisfy you. What satisfies you is that you can endure until the end. See, black and brown people, we have became 90% of the world's population. We did all that with your foot around our neck. Just imagine what we can do when we get your foot from around your neck. God is with us. God is with the black and brown. He's not against the good white folks. God ain't against the good white folks. God is against the evil folks. God is against principalities and power and high places that trying to hold down races of people just because they weak. You ever known anybody that got 90% of the population in their state, 80% of the population, 89%, and there ain't no state that got the majority of blacks? If we crying and moaning like them prejudiced white people, see, We got something that's priceless. They know what it is. They know that we are the children of the Most High God. They know that God may send his children into captivity for a while. But God will never leave us. Neither will he forsake us. Whatever goes around, it comes around. God is raising up the black and brown people. Ain't nothing you can do about it, white people. You're never going to have as many babies as black and brown people. You're never going to be able to multiply like black and brown people because God have his blessing upon us. And where are you going? You're already under 10%. 25 years from now, you're going to be the minority in America. Just think about them 80s and 73s and 90s. Just think 25 years from now. You don't even have sense enough out of 400 years to keep your hatred to yourself. You just had to rise up against black and brown people. You know you're not going to win because God is not going to let you win. God ain't going to let you destroy his sons and daughters. Just think about what your population used to be 400 years ago compared to the black and the brown people. Now look at where you at. You're getting ready to be a minority in this country. The same way that you did the Native Americans. The same way that you did the Indian and the indigenous people. But we're not going to go to war and take your land. We're going to do it the right way. We're going to do it the godly way. We're going to work and build. And God is going to protect us. And Christ is going to lead us and guide us in the way that he would have you to go. 400 years, God been trying to get you to repent. Over 400 years, you done saw your number diminish. And you still won't turn. You still won't turn to the true and living God. So God, he God. He got to do what he got to do. I'm just going to let Christ lead and guide me in the way that he would have me to go. Thank you.